Hey friends, welcome back to the Destination Baby and Kids YouTube channel. This is Gina, I'm your host, and I am pumped to be with you here today to go over one of my all-time favorite products. So I'm just gonna lay it on the line. There's very few products that I think are kind of like essentially a platonic idea of perfection. BabyBjorn Bouncer is one of those products for me where I just think it's kind of perfect the way it is. I get it's expensive, I get it's not everybody's favorite, but I am happy to go over with you, my viewing audience, why this specific bouncer is one of my all-time favorite products. So this in front of me is called the Bouncer Bliss. The hard part for somebody like me who's been selling this product for 20 years is that they've renamed it a few times over my career. So sometimes I might refer to it as the Bjorn Balance, the Babysitter Balance, the Bjorn Babysitter, or the Bjorn Bouncer Bliss. They're all the same thing. They're all talking about this bouncer. There are different versions of it for different costs depending on the fabric. Essentially, if you go with the most expensive one that they offer, on its own, it's gonna be 260 bucks. So let's assume worst case scenario that that's the one that you fall in love with. So you're looking at a price point of $260. And what are you gonna get for that? You are gonna get a bouncer that'll work from 0 to 2. It'll go from 8 pounds to 29 pounds. It is a product that is made in Sweden. It is a product that also is Oeko-Tex certified fabric with no added chemicals on it. It's a product that is so clean that you can use it out of the box for a new, well, not a newborn, an 8-pounder. You don't have to wash the material before you use it. That's how clean it is. And again, being manufactured in Sweden, you have that sense that they really have a high level of quality control. So I love all of that just off the bat. The packaging obviously is very pretty. Who cares? It's gonna go into a recycling bin anyway. But the handle that's on the box is nice. And I would point out that it might make sense to save this box because if you do fold the product and want to put it away, you can just put it directly back into the box that it came with, and it does have the nifty little carry handle on it, so I do like that. I am gonna show you my Bouncer Bliss that I've had on the floor for probably 8 or 9 years now. Why does that matter? It matters because this is a product, and I will say this too, at my last store that I worked at in Minneapolis forever, we had the same BabyBjorn bouncer on the floor my entire career. I saw children as big as 6 and 7 come up and be like, I want to sit in it. And then they would sit in it and I would be terrified that it was going to snap in half, and it never did. I am not encouraging you to use it in a way that is not in compliance with the instruction, but the bigger point of this story is that my feeling about it is that despite how lightweight it is, despite the weight restriction on it, it's an incredibly indestructible product, which I think is really fabulous. A lot of the stuff that we buy nowadays is very disposable. This is not a disposable product. This is something that you could have for a multitude of children and then give to someone else and they would still get value out of it. So there is no motor. It is a self-propelled floor bouncer. So you put the baby in it and they hang out, and the more they move around, the more they're going to bounce. There are a multitude of adjustments that you can do for the recline. The littlest child, like an 8-pounder, you're gonna start at its most reclined. This is a little 14-pound doll I'm putting in here just to kind of illustrate how it drops down once weight goes in it. So as you can see here, we are most reclined, and I'm giving it very little force, and it's continuing that movement for quite a bit. So I'm gonna just keep talking, and you see here, we're still getting a fair amount of bounce, even though we're not doing anything. So yes, it doesn't have a motor. It's not necessarily self-propelled, but if we've got little legs kicking in here, or any kind of twisting movement, that baby is going to get going and they're going to have the option to self-soothe, which is incredible. We love that. I'm going to take baby out. Generally don't grab your baby by the head. That's a good idea. And as you see on the front of the seat here, we have a buckle which will undo, and then we can get this front piece off and get in toward the child if that is of value to you. This is of course removable. Fabric is washable. So we go 15 pounds, I believe, for the top, or for the lower 2 settings. That's the weight limit. And then for your top weight limit in the top position, it's going to be 20 pounds. So this child is bigger, stronger, wanting to sit up, and they're still going to be able to have that bouncing motion. So this is really fabulous. Additionally, you can buy other things for this product. So what I have here are the toys. I'm going to let my coworker get that. So we've got 2 different bars that can go across the front to make the product more interesting for an older child. What I will say, they do have soft toys, I believe, and the wooden toys. They used to have soft toys. I'm not sure if they still do. That was 17 years ago. But we bought the toy bar too soon and put it on, and my nephew got completely overstimulated, and the thing was like bouncing like crazy because he was just so overstimulated. So again, the toy bar, you might love it, but you may want to wait to put it on until they're a little bit bigger. Those toy bars are about $60. Those are also made in Sweden. They do make a bag that this can fit into for $40, which is really awesome if you want to travel with it. So it is going to be on the pricier side of baby products, but as I indicated before, I'm completely biased about it. I used it for my nephews. It really fit in with our lifestyle decisions that my sister wanted to make, which is having a sustainable product made very ethically, that can store flat for in between children, then chemical-free fabric, the ability to wash it, something that's been around forever, you know, since the 60s. So yeah, definitely a fab product. Like I said, probably my favorite bouncer. It is expensive. It is made in Sweden. Sometimes you get what you pay for. In this case, I definitely think that that rings true. So yeah, if you have questions or you have comments, please feel free to leave them below. Please feel free to hit like and subscribe. If you want to buy a BabyBjorn Bouncer Bliss, you can buy it directly from me on my website, destinationbabykids.com. Feel free to head over there. Yeah. And then anything else, ooh, geez, I don't know, check out my other videos, and I hope to see you talking about all kinds of other cool products. All right, we'll see you in our next video. Thanks for watching.